Irene erased my name from my baby's birth certificate while I lay in the ICU, then smiled and said, "Biology doesn't make you a mother." When I screamed, "She's mine," I grew her. She tilted her head and said, "I'm the only mother Allison has ever known." I didn't say a word. That was 4 months ago. Last night, she sat in her car outside our house, sobbing into her hands. I flatlined twice during my emergency C-section. The infection that followed ate through my body like acid, landing me in the ICU for 3 weeks. While machines kept me alive, Martin's ex-wife Irene moved into my house. "Just temporarily," she told my barely conscious self, squeezing my hand. "New moms need support." Through my morphine haze, I was grateful. Martin looked destroyed. Someone had to help with our newborn daughter Allison. The day I finally came home, my nursery was gone. The yellow walls I'd painted at 7 months pregnant, now stark white. The handmade mobile from my mother vanished. Even Allison's coming home outfit had disappeared. "Babies see contrast better," Irene explained, not meeting my eyes. I donated the old stuff. My legs shook. I reached for my daughter. Irene stepped back. "You need rest," she said, walking away with Allison. "Doctor's orders." That became the pattern. Every time I tried to hold my baby, Irene swooped in. "She just ate. She needs her nap. You're shaking again." Always with Martin watching, relieved someone competent was handling things. 2 weeks later, I dragged myself to Allison's checkup. The receptionist smiled at Irene. "Right on time, Mrs. Collins." My blood froze. During the exam, the pediatrician directed every question to Irene. When I tried to speak, he glanced at her first, seeking permission. "I'm her mother," I whispered. "Of course," he said absently, then turned back to Irene. "Now about those milestones we discussed last visit. I hadn't known there was a last visit. That night, I confronted Martin. He pulled me close, exhausted. "She's just helping. You've been through hell. Don't push yourself." But Irene wasn't helping. She was replacing. I discovered the baby classes she'd enrolled Allison in, under her name. The daycare waitlist application listing Irene as primary guardian. When I tried to correct things, I hit walls. "Oh, Mrs. Collins handles all that," they'd say. I attempted one rebellion. While Irene showered, I bundled Allison up for a walk, made it 3 blocks before Irene appeared, breathless. "Martin texted me," she said, plucking Allison from my arms. "He's worried you're not strong enough yet." 4 months in, I snapped. My mother had been begging to meet Allison. I needed her. Needed someone to see me as a mother. "I'm taking Allison to visit my mom this weekend," I announced at dinner. Irene's fork froze. "That's a long drive for her routine. She'll be fine." Irene shot Martin that look, the one that said, "Handle your wife." "Maybe wait," Martin said carefully, "until you're fully recovered." "I am recovered." "But you're still so fragile," Irene interrupted, her voice dripping concern. "Allison's finally thriving. She knows me, us, her home. A disruption could traumatize her." "She's my daughter," I said. Irene's mask slipped, just for a second, then she smiled. "Of course she is." That night, I planned in secret, packed while they slept. I'd leave at dawn, finally alone with my baby. At 5 a.m., Irene sat in the nursery, Allison in her arms. "I knew you'd try this," she said softly. "Martin's been so worried about your mental state." Irene stood, but didn't hand Allison over. Instead, she picked up a folder from the changing table. "You should see these first." My hands trembled as I opened it. Birth certificate, insurance cards, medical records, daycare registration. Every document listed Irene Collins as Allison's mother. My name appeared nowhere. "That's impossible," I breathed. "You were dying," Irene said gently. "Martin was falling apart. Someone had to handle the paperwork, make sure Allison was protected, insured, documented." She shifted my daughter higher on her hip. He was too distraught to read what he was signing. He trusted me. I made sure this baby had a legal mother, someone responsible, someone who wasn't hooked to machines. Her eyes glittered. "Martin was sleeping in hospital chairs, sobbing in my arms about losing you. He needed comfort. He needed help. He needed someone who could step up and be the mother this baby deserved." I was terrified and screamed at her. "She's mine. I grew her. I birthed her." "Biology doesn't make you a mother," Irene said. "Being here does. Showing up does. And legally," she smiled, "I'm the only mother Allison has ever known." She headed for the door with my daughter. At the threshold, she paused. "Martin doesn't know, of course.